All right, we're hanging out here with Marc Ecko, and we're at DICE of all places, which is not really where you'd normally expect to find a fashion designer. But he's taken it upon himself to basically revolutionize the games industry in one morning.
In one morning. I don't know about that. But
Tell us a little bit about your talk this morning. I was there. I wasn't really listening, so if you could maybe sum up.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. It was really good.
That was good. Little moment on camera. You like
He's obviously not in the industry because he doesn't know that I'm a brat yet.
Right. Okay. So I'm learning. I got to learn fast. You know, it was just kind of like a high concept on just the state of the union on where, you know, from an outsider's perspective, the core of the conversation was really talking about the development process, the relationship between the developer and the publisher, and then even the relationship between the developer, the publisher, and the outsider, like myself. You know, breakdowns in communication, and how that just kind of shackles the industry creatively. And
Shackles, as in Princess Leia and Jabba the Hutt?
yeah, you know, the name of my presentation was What Killed Jabba the Hutt. And we all know the trivia answer to that is, you know, Leia killed Jabba the Hutt by choking him with the chain. But, you know, what I propose is that it was Jabba's own insolence. He was a dead man walking before he got killed. His inability to listen to change is really what killed him. A lot of the things that the consumer at the end of the day doesn't really know about and really doesn't care about, because really at the end of the day what's driving the business is the product. But unfortunately, one of the victims to some of these inefficiencies is the product, and which speaks a lot to the fact that, you know, thousands of games are made a year, and there's only, you could count the successes on one hand. You know, it talked about just like some trends within consumption that, you know, I study for my core business of, you know, fashion or publishing. The idea of, you know, popstalgia and customization and
okay, but like what right do you have as a fashion designer to talk to this games industry? I mean, is that sort of the vibe?
Right. I mean, I come in with kind of the under the premise, what business do I have doing making sweatshirts? You know, I didn't go to fashion school. You know, I dropped out of Rutgers College of Pharmacy. I have no business having any of these opinions, except for the fact that, you know, I've managed to apply these things to business and have had a fair amount of success. You know, I'm not trying to sound like a pompous ass.
Did you make your shirt?
Yes, I did. I didn't physically sew it myself, but...
Can I have it?
No, you can't. Okay. There's a guy right now watching this, and he's making fun of my shirt, okay? Shut the f*** up, all right? But you don't like the flowers and the camo?
Let's talk. We should talk about video game fashion because it's probably one of the most horrendous industries for fashion.
Yeah, I definitely don't, you know, go to check out the NPCs and PEDs and like a lot of worlds to see, for new fits. A lot of nut hugger jeans out there.
Okay, what do you think of this?
Oh, this was that gameplay glove, right? Is that what this is? Let's see.
Would this be cool?
Whoa, whoa. I am
all they got.
Zarzar from the planet of Zarzap. Yeah, I'm not into the red and black color scheme.
This is popstalgia, though. I mean, this is exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, this is popstalgia for sure.
So, I mean, and it's all the things that you said, you know, so well, I'm wondering if, like, the whole vibe today, too, when, you know, what you said was kind of very different than what you'd normally hear at something like a DICE convention where it's, you know, you're talking about core gameplay, mechanics, and culture, and then you come in and you're just like, sorry guys, you've been doing it all wrong, and you need to know who you're marketing to.
Yeah. You can't have an industry that's having all of the content fueled from just film or television or, you know, the 4th or 5th or 6th sequel. You know, and it's what we were saying is, as much as it's your job to know code, it's your job to know what's cool. And don't just write code, write history that isn't necessarily born from just a game speak or puzzly kind of narrative, but you know, more emotional. This industry doesn't need me. They don't need a Jerry Maguire. They don't need a guy ranting and raving. There's a lot of success stories. They don't need me to testify to the problems. It was merely trying to emphasize that we're overbuilding the industry on the non-mass consumable parts and underbuilding it on the shared nostalgia, the romance, the brand building. You know, it can't be every 5 years that a great brand is born within gaming. It has to happen all the time. I want it now.
But does it have to be about the cool factor? Does it have to be urban, hip?
No,
Like,
not at all.
I mean, you're a
And
big
that's
Star Wars nerd.
Yeah, that's a big misconception. People are just going to automatically try to pigeonhole it and put it in a box because I'm into hip hop and who I am as a designer and the narrative. But it's so much bigger than that. That's like, it's just so much bigger than that. And look, the proof is going to be in the product.
But you have to admit that there is something to the way games are marketed, and that does have a huge impact on how the culture perceives it.
Yeah.
So, that just you're putting your name alone on the game. I mean, that's right there saying it's a worthwhile marketing.
Well, hopefully. I mean, there's some camps that might say that putting my name on the game, oh, this dude's just trying to be opportunistic. You know what I mean? And he's trying to, there's going to be rhinos running around on the 7th level, and you can fly on rhinos. And then if you win, you get a new digital sweatshirt. No.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. We're not doing that with this product. This is really our effort in my personal kind of journey of that's what you know me as a designer. Hopefully at the end of this, you're going to know me as a game designer.
Why? Like, why bother?
Because I love it. It's like, why...
Really?
Why have kids, No, I'm serious. Like, why? It's like, why? Because of just the opportunity arose. And it's like the ability to be an action hero and, be a comic book designer. It's just one of those things. It's like one of those, the same reason why, as a pharmacy student, I wanted to do fashion. It's like, it's just one of those.
Are you tired of having to prove yourself?
No, I don't care. I don't really care. Honestly. I let my product speak for itself. I got a magazine called Complex Magazine, and I'm doing that with this. I don't really care.
Ooh, things come flying from all over the place in this interview. So what are you going to do if your game gets panned? How are you going to feel?
I don't think like that. I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best. I really, I'm trying.
Involved.
Yeah, I'm pretty involved. How my feelings will be hurt. Look, I got everything to risk. I got nothing to gain, everything to risk. It's apparent to me that if it gets panned, there's gonna be people that are just gonna dismiss it on the fact of this conversation. What am I gonna do? I got to build the product, and hopefully with a great team at the collective that have been true collaborators, with a publisher that's allowed us to kind of run around like kids in a sandbox and do something different. How can you pan being ambitious? It's for sure it's not a Me Too product. So just on the strength of that, hopefully critically people appreciate the effort of trying to do something different this late in the platform cycle.
So do you think, is there something that inspired you in terms of when you decided to make a game about graffiti? Is there any other games that you sort of drew from?
Yeah, sure. I mean, one of the things, unfortunately, within the cycle of development and in this late kind of eve of the platforms, at its core, the game designers are always trying to be derivative of something else, and like my challenge is to smash it in a way where it's not obviously this or obviously that. We really want to give you a really cool, diverse experience.
Well, graffiti in itself is probably not that popular in terms of what's covered in games up to this point.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, jet grind.
Yeah, I mean, people are obviously gonna.
Yeah, I mean, people are gonna. No, well, there's only one precedent. I mean, look. Tony got panned for, well, there have been other skate games. Like it's got to be in the product. And that's, until people can really play it and noodle around, I could just talk about it.
So is this going to be a career move for you then? Do you think if this goes well, are we going to see you making more speeches at GDC and E3 and doing other games?
I don't know about more speeches, but definitely make more games. Yeah, yeah.
Graffiti driven or just stuff that's floating around in your head? Flying rhino games?
Flying or dancing rhino games. It's going to do like a whole like Fantavision meets, Grand Theft Auto with like a Broadway sensibility.
I'd love to meet the developer who's going to...
Musicals are big in film. What are you laughing at?
I'm trying to picture it. So, wait, you got to give me your shirt before you go.
This is fresh. You know what? I didn't pick this place, just for the record. This room, like, I ain't fucking with, like, the faux fur shit. This isn't my idea. The guys at DICE, hooked me up with the room. I came in here, I was like, whoa, this is kind of a big room. This would not have been my I'm usually much more of a low key guy.
I can tell.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mellow.
Yeah.